Yeah, good afternoon, India. We are back with another video in our Mission 2030 series. The first one was with distinguished national and international level coach Mr. Shyam Maneklod. To take it forward on a similar profile, we have Ms. Kalpana Das with us. She is also as distinguished as our previous guest, but she focuses a lot on women football and also that side of the game. So we are very proud and honored to have her on the meeting here today. To tell her a bit about her, most of you obviously know her about her, but just to give you a basic technical idea of what she has been doing. So her educational qualification is very wide ranged. She is an AFC A licensed coach. She is an AIFFD licensed coach educator, an AFF grassroots educator as well. Also, goalkeeping level one licensed coach for the Asian Football Confederation, a certified football analyst, has done a BBA, which is basically what I have also done. Apart from that, she has also done a PG diploma in retail management. So she also has that, interest and knowledge. So that also could help us in our sports merchandising, aspects. Apart from that, she also has a certificate in basic first aid, which is very crucial in sports also, especially, and also a secretarial practice in NCVT. Apart from that, she's working with the Gujarat Football Association and focusing a lot on the women's side of game, from grassroots as to how we develop the women's team. We had the World Cup, which recently got over, the Under 17 World Cup, which we hosted. This is basically a step forward to ensure that we do more of this and build a very, very strong team in the women's aspect as well. So, good afternoon to you, ma'am. We are very honored to have you here. I'll start with a very basic, direct question, a sort of a rapid fire question. Ma'am, what do you think about India's chances in 2030 World Cup? Do you think we'll be able to make it?
Talking about India chances, it is every Indian's dream to see India playing in the World Cup.
Yes,
And
ma'am.
this has been actually motivated by our FIFA president, who has recently announced that, India will be having a chance to host the World Cup. And so it
Yes, ma'am.
clearly defines that we will be playing in the World Cup as at least as a host country. But the
Yes,
question
ma'am.
again is going to be how we are going to exhibit our potential in the World Cup, because this is given a platform towards it. And we are looking at India on a long term future. So the exhibition that which we are going to perform in the World Cup is going to be an eye opener for each and every player, or you can say any kid who is just going about to walk. It's going to be an impression for him or her.
Yes, ma'am. So, ma'am, let's assume, ma'am, what Gianni Infantino said about he was, of course, focusing on the hosting aspect as well, which we have already done with two Under 17 World Cups. But hypothetically, let's assume that we are not going to host any more World Cups. We obviously have given away the rights of hosting the Asian Cup to Saudi Arabia as well. So, let's assume we are not going to host it. So, ma'am, if not 2030, when do you realistically think? We are, of course, dreaming of it and we'll try to get us in 2030 itself. But just in case that doesn't happen, when is it that you realistically see, with all your expertise and knowledge working with, Indian football fraternity, when do you see this happening? A realistic goal of us, basically.
See, the dream is a dream, right? But realistic, we need to work a lot towards it, because practically our grassroots has to be strong. If you are
Yes,
going
ma'am.
to earn at 2030, means even the number of tournaments which each player, when you compare the team which has Argentina, or France, or say for example even the Asian countries like Australia, Japan, and even the small countries like Wales and all those people, their country as a football, they have played on numerous tournaments. But
Yes, ma'am.
our tournament here in India is very less. So the tournament has to be increased, and the grassroots level has to be increased. There should not be any bias in selecting the players for that ranking, because
Yes,
as
ma'am.
of now, when you see even in the Santosh Trophy, or you see any other national, especially the men national, which is again coming in inside the women's wing also. Slowly it is the fever, like we can say, like the infection is just getting catching
Yes,
on
ma'am.
the women's football also. So, unless and until we change our ways of thinking, there shouldn't be no bias. The scouting has to be done genuinely, and
Yes, ma'am.
the coaches whom they are appointing has to be with that qualification and should have a like-minded player, like-minded management, and like-minded coaches who can take take India to the World Cup level. So
Yes.
it is just not about we dreaming and we just talking, but it has to come from inside.
Yes, ma'am. So, that's a very good point you mentioned about, being not being biased. We see the French team, Didier Deschamps, he basically selected a team from a lot of nationalities, a lot of African origin people. We see with England also, we have a lot of, there's Raheem Sterling, who is a Jamaican. So there was no biasness because they realized that he plays for England and he's going to be there in the World Cup. They did not bother about, biasness, like, where is he from and what's his color and all of that. That is something that's a challenge for us in Indian football, because of the involvement of a lot of politics as well. And that is where, we need to definitely eradicate it completely if we want to achieve our dream. Ma'am, apart from that, yes, ma'am.
So for me, I think instead of we borrowing the players from other countries and then branding them as Indians and making them to play, we should start nurturing right from the childhood, right from the grassroots, our own players. You manufacture our own players.
Yes, ma'am.
Why we can also do it? It is only what is lacking. They also have two hands and two legs,
Yeah.
and they have one brain. And in fact, we Indians are analytically stronger comparing to the any other national
Yes, ma'am.
people. So I think we should work only on our strengths, and by working on our strengths, I'm sure like definitely our dreams of outcasting over there and putting up a good show in the World Cup, immediately we will not be getting result, but as and when goes by, I'm sure like we can find the result. It is how you tune your players. And I always strongly believe that each every state or every club has to produce its own player rather than borrowing or buying ready made players. So why can't we be the manufacturers?
Yes, sir. Ma'am, also the involvement, we have of course discussed the involvement of the government, the federation, the coaches, the players, the football fans. And what about the involvement of sports management organizations as well? We at Ideas, we have taken up the initiative of Mission 2030. We are basically going to involve a lot of people and doing a lot of summits and activities. We also have a national volunteer program in place. Where do you see the importance of an organization like Ideas Unlimited Sports Management Group coming into play to help us achieve the mission of 2030?
See, idea is giving us ideas to open up our dreams.
Yes, ma'am. Absolutely.
Okay, so there used to be an ad. You want to buy an idea, go and buy an idea for the SIM card, right? But
Yes, ma'am.
here, the Idea Sports Management is doing a fantastic job by by creating the awareness of, or by we can say adding fuel to a fire.
Yes, ma'am.
So
Absolutely. Like,
that is more needed right now.
yes, like in fact, you have given us a very cool idea because I also work with the advertising part of it. So, like how Idea had Get an Idea, that was the tagline with Abhishek Bachchan. Probably we can basically have a Get Ideas tagline for Indian football. That will be something that we can definitely work upon. So, thank you for that. You would be the brainchild behind the tagline if we do register it, basically. Apart from that, ma'am, so ultimately, final words, ma'am, where do you see us, going this decade? We have seen the likes of Saudi Arabia, Morocco, Japan, Korea. We can name all these countries who are doing really well despite being very tiny countries. Where do you see us going in the next 6 years? What should we be doing to achieve the aim?
See, Saudi Arabia, then when you see the other national, that's what I'm telling, that India has the potential. Only thing is India has to walk in the right line, then definitely we will be able to achieve our dreams.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much, ma'am. This was very insightful. In a very short period of time, you have given us a lot of keywords, a lot of important ideas. We'll of course have much more lengthier and discussed conversations, panel discussions with you. We'll be involving you in our initiatives as well. You also are a very integral national volunteer for us in a way, and are a very important Indian football fan. That's what we need right now. So, ma'am, this was a great session with you. Thank you, ma'am, and to all the people who would be viewing this video. This is Shubham Jindal from Ideas Unlimited Sports Management Group, and this is the initiative for Mission 2030 for Indian football. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.